Alright, today is Friday, June 19th, 2020, and this is the Flight Sim News. WarThunder is putting on a sale, and they're having their big summer sale right now. And all of the standalone, I guess you can call them modules. I'm so used to calling everything modules from DCS, but we'll just call them vehicles. The standalone packs are all 30% off right now, which makes some of these a lot more reasonable and attainable. I had purchased the Apache for 50 bucks and really don't think it was worth 50 bucks, but it is worth under two, so there's that to keep in mind. So in addition to the standalone 30% off deals they have for the next 5 days and 14 hours, they've also got Summer Helicopter Bundle, USSR. So that will give you the T-55 pack and the Black Shark together for 55 bucks. You can get the, where is it here, the Summer Helicopter for Great Britain bundle. That's got the Lynx and the Rucat. The Summer Aircraft Bundle USA. That will give you the Sabre Skyblazers pack along with the XM1 General Motors pack. I may jump on that one because I really enjoy tanks in WarThunder, and I've played around with that XM1 and it's so cool. The sucky part is here I just paid $50 for the Apache, and you can get the Apache pack and the General Motors pack, which is the Abrams prototype, for $55 now. It's just one of those things, you know. You never know when the sales are going to happen. Ace Aircraft Bundle, 50% off. What does this include? The P-51, the P-47, and the P-38. $42, not bad. The France Bundle, that includes the Meteor and the Super AMX-30. I'm not too familiar with the French stuff, other than like a Mirage or the Rafale. And then I think the Gazelle might be French too, actually. But whatever the case, all the bundles are giving you a 50% discount if you go for any of the bundles, and if you go for the standalones, you're going to get 30%, which is still quite reasonable. And I do enjoy WarThunder. I just haven't been playing it as much recently. I think I got burned out on it, and I started jumping over into DCS and then IL-2 more recently again. But like anything, you kind of go back and forth with all these different games and simulations, and some of them hold your attention for a while, and then others kind of call you back, and that's kind of where I'm at the moment. But if I jump and get that bundle with the Sabre and the prototype Abrams, I think I'll have some fun with that one. I'll throw a link to this in the video description as usual, and you can check it out for yourself. So the last update for DCS World that's going to occur before they have this big long wait for the next push is 2.5.6.50979. That dropped on the 17th of June a couple days ago, and the list for the changelog, I'm a little confused by this because there's this list right here, and it just mentions the F-14, the Tiger, the Supercarrier, and all that. But then if I go here to the update that Big Nui made, his update includes more. So they're missing some stuff from the changelog right here, clearly, because this is the same update that he's talking about. So 50979, 50979. In the official post, what's not included on the changelog is the fixes to the internal and external lights, tweaked all lighting levels, and emissive materials for the new DCS lighting system. And I just made a video about this the other day after I put together a video showing off how the Tomcat looks now with the lighting update. And also missing from that is the rest of this, where it's talking about cockpit lighting material change for indicator lights, and then the AV-8B, gun pod ammo causing gun sight the jump bug fix, MPCD video brightness and contrast control enabled, HUD video brightness and contrast control enabled, cockpit interior lights fixed, and cockpit lighting material change for indicator lights. So I'm going to take a look at these guys next, because I have a feeling what that means is they've got their stuff up to date for the lighting system in DCS, just like Heatblur did with their couple of products. But I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to take a look at this next. Now, I happened upon this the other day, and this is the CVW-11 DCS F-14B Tomcat Rio School.
Hey everybody, Spiceman here from Virtual Airwing 11. Well, we finally have our Tomcat, and in this video we'll walk through the basics of what we need to know to get up and running in the back seat. We'll walk through the systems, aligning the inertial navigation system, and some basic...
Now note, this is a video from March 11th, 2019. So this is a little over a year old, but it's almost 3 hours long, and somebody posted this and I thought it would be interesting, especially because, which we'll talk about in a minute, how the Tomcat's on sale again, and you can try the Tomcat for free at the moment. So I thought this would be relevant, and I'm throwing this up here just so you guys can check it out. It's rather lengthy, but it goes into detail, and I still haven't figured out the Rio, so I'm going to be diving into this myself here pretty soon. But it is by Carrier Airwing 11, and check out their channel. They got a bunch of cool stuff on the Tomcat over there. Okay, Lukas S. Wolta. I've covered this before in the news, and he popped up a new video of the VR optimization for 2.5.6.50. And it goes into detail and talks about a variety of different things that he does, including the shaders pack that he uses, how to turn off the Windows game mode, and then the settings that he prefers to use for VR. It's only about 14 minutes long. It's definitely worth watching if you're having a problem with VR and getting reasonable performance, like we all are. My only thing is I'm afraid to use those shaders because I make a lot of videos outside of VR as well, and I'm often afraid that if I do that, that's going to mess with my 2D performance. So I have to look into this a little bit more, but some of the other tips and suggestions in here can be used without the shaders as well to help get you a little bit more performance out of your rig than what maybe you're able to achieve just by running the game the way it is and just messing with the options under the video settings. You know, there's a couple other things in here that he talks about that I'm going to give a try as well myself and see if it helps me out, because the big problem right now is VR in DCS is the absolute worst. 2.5.6 just killed it, you know, in terms of performance. I'll throw a link to this in the video description as usual, so you can check it out for yourself. So in the last news video, I had mentioned that Thrustmaster had said they had an announcement for Thursday. Today's Friday, and here it is. So basically what it is they've decided to come out with civilian aviation gear. So they have an Airbus throttle and an Airbus stick. And the stick that they put together is pretty much the T1600M, and it looks like they've modified it. I don't remember the red button at the top being where it is, but you can modify this and flip it around the way you want it to use it. And that's about it. They're considering that the side stick from an Airbus, and really it's just let's use the T1600M in a different way. And I think it's smart on their part. The throttle looks kind of cool because there's a couple different ways that can be used. See, you can grab this piece by itself and then buy the extra pieces to slap on the sides of it. And again, if you're into civilian aviation, that might be the way to go. But this is their newest TCA, they're calling it, Thrustmaster Civil Aviation line of products, and it's officially licensed by Airbus. So it's cool that they got something like this for the civilian aviation enthusiasts. I'm not knocking it. I just, you know, find it interesting that it's just the T1600M stick, and then they've made a new throttle. But like I said, nonetheless, it's cool for those who are into the civilian aviation stuff in general. And I'll throw a link to the video in the video description as usual, so you can check it out for yourself. So here's something else I happened upon the other day. The T-45C Goshawk preliminary cockpit reveal. So these guys are putting together their own module for DCS. And I had asked the other day, I said, well, what's this based on? You know, what's the, I thought it might be just a skin that they're throwing over top of something else, but it's not. It's going to be a full-blown, you know, I guess vanilla module like the A4 was. And it looks pretty neat. The video itself isn't very long. It's about a minute, but it looks promising. I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'd like to get my hands on it and give it a shot. But it is a Navy and Marine carrier-capable trainer, as it says. It supports a multi-crew, which is interesting. And most major systems will be modeled and working like the real aircraft, they say. So, interesting. I'll throw a link to this in the video description as usual, and you can check it out for yourself with the sound. I just turned the sound off because people tend to use copyrighted music, and I don't feel like getting a strike. But it's by VNAO Simulations. So check out their page as well. So the other day there was the reveal for the Star Wars Squadrons game. And man, I'm excited for this. I am really, really excited for this. I'm just going to play the video without the sound because, again, I know there's copyrighted material in here in terms of the soundtrack. But here's the thing. I've been reading up on this. This was designed with VR in mind from day one. So this is going to be a game that you could play completely in VR. That's freaking amazing. And if you just notice there for a second on the screen, they were talking about how there's different systems and components to worry about and whatnot. It's looking like this may very well be like X-Wing and TIE Fighter was from back in the day. I'm so hopeful for that because, man, X-Wing, that's the reason I bought my very first PC. I'd flown simulations on other people's PCs and stuff back then, but, you know, that really pushed me to get my own. And this looks so good. And again, being able to play the whole thing in VR, that's amazing. And then they're going through and showing you here that, like, you know, the Interceptor class, it's good for this. The Bomber class, it's good for this. And it's looking very good and very promising. October 2nd, I believe, is what they're aiming for with this. But the fact that it's made from the ground up with VR, and has HOTAS gear in mind as well. So this is pretty much going to be the X-Wing, I think, that we've been looking for a while. And they go into depth here and talk about, components. So you'll be able to add different things to your ship and upgrade it and customize it. And again, that is very much like Star Wars Galaxies, which to this day I still play that. There's a server called SWG Legends. Google that if you want. They still have the jump to light speed stuff in the which was formerly the MMO SWG, Star Wars Galaxies. Now it's Star Wars Galaxies Legends, ran as a private server, and they've added a bunch of space content to it. So if you want to try something out that is like the, you know, classic X-Wing and TIE Fighter, only with the depth of the ability to, you know, change the components and build a ship, Star Wars Galaxies had all that. So I'm hopeful that this is going to be the sequel that we've been waiting for Star Wars piloting. But again, I'm not going to hold my breath, but god damn, it looks good. And I'm hopeful. I really am. And like I said, it looks fantastic, and being made for VR from the ground up, wow. October looks like it's going to be awesome. I'll throw a link to this in the video description as usual, and you can check out the entire video with sound for yourself. Alright, once again, Eagle Dynamics is having the summer sale. This is probably the 5th sale this year, which I'm not complaining about, honestly. I mean, this stuff at the sale price is pretty much where it should be most of the time anyway. As much as I love the Tomcat, I can't see having paid $80 for that ever, you know, or the Hornet or any of the other planes that are in here for $80. That's just a bit much. But on sale, the majority of these modules at this point are 50% off. The Spitfire campaign, BF-109, P-51, and F-86 campaigns by Reflected Simulations will be 25% off. Some exceptions of the summer sale are the P-47D Thunderbolt, the Channel, and the Supercarrier, all of which are like a month old. They are still on sale for 20% off, which I think is reasonable for being new. The Tomcat has a 17% discount. The JF-17 Thunder by Deca Ironworks has a $15 discount in their eShop, and it will receive a 20% discount on Steam. The sale is running on the 25th of June and will end on the 9th of July on Steam. The eShop sale, which is the standalone version of DCS, started today, the 19th, and will run to the 13th of July. So those are the differences there. As usual, Steam starts later, but theirs will be the 25th to the 9th, and then the standalone, which they call the eShop sale, is running as of today until the 13th of July. And let's take a look at the modules to give you an idea of what you can get. So the Viper is half off at $39.99. Most of the Warbirds are $24.99, which is half off. MiG-19, $24.99. Kristen Eagle 2 is only $15 bucks. Looks like that's half off. $66.39 for the Tomcat. I think it's worth that. Not bad at all. But in addition to that, let's talk about the Tomcat for a minute. So, the Tomcat and the Viggen are on a free trial from the 19th of June, starting today until the 25th. So, you can try the Tomcat and the Viggen for free between the 19th and the 25th. And in addition, all the other modules are pretty much on sale at Eagle Dynamics right now, and again the Steam sale will come after. Looks like the Harrier is half off, the Hornet was half off, World War II Assets Pack, of course that's essential if you want to do anything with World War II in DCS, that is half off. The Viggen is half off, Spitfire half off. Pretty much everything is half off except for the new stuff and the Tomcat and the JF-17. Alright, and last but not least, the fourth giveaway, sponsored by Heatblur and Meteor, is online. And there's 8 days left. There's only been 81 entries. It started today, the 19th of June. Head on over there and enter to win. And if you visit the channel, visit Heatblur, follow me on Twitter, blah blah blah, any of those things will get you bonus entries into the giveaway. And everybody who has won so far has been notified by email. I'm asking that anybody that wins, when I email them, to respond to me, because I don't want to, send something out and then somebody, I don't know, lose me in their spam folder or something like that. So I'm going to suggest that anybody who enters to use an email address, that they're not going to have like a spam filter on there or something, because you may miss out. There was a guy that it said it was blocked, my email was blocked, and I literally just had to delete him and go back and pick somebody else for the prize. So if you don't want to be one of them guys, make sure you sign up with an email address that can accept email and not put me in a spam folder or block me. It's just that simple. I can't help you if you don't help yourself. But other than that, all the winners have been notified, and I've been responded to by everybody who has won the Tomcat so far, which is good. And same thing for the System Failure album from Meteor, and it's really cool that they've sponsored it. So don't thank me, thank Heatblur and Meteor for this giveaway. And this is the 4th of 5 giveaways that I'm putting together. So get over there and get in there for your chance to win. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Feel free to hit that like button. And until next time, guys,